Now available in paperback, John Haynes at Death's Door. The man who rules the world takes on the Greek god of death in this action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Pick up your copy of John Haynes at Death's Door at Amazon.com and other online booksellers everywhere. Hi everyone, it's Sean here with a comic review video. Now, when I was out here fulfilling orders for the John Haynes at Death's Door Kickstarter, I saw a link to another comic called Black Coffins. And as I was looking at the visuals for this comic, I was extremely intrigued by it, and with such a compelling story, I had to put in a pledge for the paper copies of the first 2 issues. And last week I got the digital versions of the comic, and I was impressed by everything that I read in what I believe to be one of the best comics of 2022. Now, your Black Coffins is a Western all about a woman who's out here looking to get vengeance for the murder of herself and her family. And as your Bella Rose Smith is out here looking to get her vengeance, we get drawn into an extremely compelling story that draws us into Bella's past and her focus on present-day vengeance. So this is a very well-done comic by your No Sleep Entertainment, which gave us the LaFay comic, and your Marcel Dupré and Joshua Metzger do a great job of telling your Bella's story. And the artwork by Carola Borelli and the colors by Anguis Pauza are just absolutely fantastic and pop off the page. And everything about Black Coffins I could easily see being in a DC Vertigo comic, and I could easily see this book being part of DC's Vertigo division. And if it were in a comic store, I know it would be a top seller because this Western is extremely compelling and is one of the best of stories in the entire Western genre of comics. I mean, this is an exceptionally well-done comic that just tells a very compelling story, and every page of this book will draw you in to read even more. And as I was reading this comic and the opening sequence, it opens up very strongly with a very cinematic first page where we see your Bella being tossed out of her home and falling on the street in front of some people who she previously worked with. And these people who she previously worked with, they really have a serious issue with her, and they are so just filled with hatred towards her that they kill her family in front of her before they wind up hanging her on a tree. And again, everything here is just horrific to watch, and it just shows you the type of evil people she's dealing with. And from this one first page and 2 pages is very compelling, and then we're drawn into a flashback which takes us into the past of your Bella Rose Smith as she sees some soldiers out here looking to go out here and deal with some rogue Native Americans, and they want somebody to be their scout. And your Bella Rose Smith, a half Indian or half Mexican woman, goes out here and takes the job of going out here to help scout these individuals. And she does this because she's desperate for money. And then we go to the present day where your Bella is marked by the Angel of Death, as we're supposed to believe. And this Angel of Death, after marking her, brings her back to life to go out here and perform a mission. I'm going to move forward as related to the story because we get some great flashes of past and present, but I really want to show you the Angel of Death sequence because it's one of the most powerful sequences in this comic. And your Angel of Death wants your Bella to go out here and be her agent and go out here and fill 7 coffins with the bodies of 7 bad men. And if she does this, what will happen is that she will be brought back to life and she will get the life of her family back. And that's the whole premise of Black Coffins, which is, again, a very compelling comic. And that premise is one of the things that just makes this story absolutely fantastic. And Marcel Dupré and Joshua Metzger, I believe, they do a great job of just executing this concept, bringing this premise to life of a woman seeking vengeance for the death of her family in an effort to bring back the life of herself and her family. Just an exceptionally well done comic that really does a great job of setting up in the first issue, answering 3 critical questions. Who is the main character? What do they want? And why should we care? And we care a lot because as we go from past to present, we learn about your Bella's past, we learn about the evil men in the present, and we see how she's going to take action in the future. Just an absolutely compelling story. And again, you hear people talking about how there aren't enough strong heroines. Well, your Bella Rose Smith is a very interesting anti-heroine, and she's very compelling because she seems to have strong character and a strong backstory. So there's a lot here to love about this character, and there's a lot that's intriguing about her story. And once you read this comic, you're going to want to read more of her story. And I don't want to spoil that comic for anybody who hasn't read it, or spoil all the hard work that all of the creators at No Sleep have done on this book. That's why I'm not going to reveal much about these first 2 issues, because I want you to go out here and experience this comic, and I want you to be able to go out here and buy this comic so that your Marcel Dupree and Joshua Metzger can go out here and continue publishing more comics, because as a publisher, I understand that every book that a publisher makes, if it's the ones that sell, that lead to them having money to make more comics, and I want them to go out here and be able to make enough comics to complete the story of Bella Rose Smith, because this is one of the best Western comics I have read in a long time, and it does a great job of showing us that a heroine can carry a Western comic. Just absolutely great writing on this issue. This is some of the best writing I've seen in a long time in an indie book, and just great characters, great character development. Just takes us back into this Western world with this angel of death, and again, so many great characters in this story that I really want you to go out here and experience this story yourself. And that's why I'm just going to show you the cover of the first issue, because this book is too good to spoil, and I want to see more people head over to the No Sleep website, pick up your own copies of Black Coffins, and experience this story yourself, because this is one of the best comics of 2022. This is a comic I highly recommend you go out here and pick up. This is a comic I want everybody to go out here and read, because it's rare that we get a great Western comic, and this is one of the best that the genre of Western comics has to offer. Now, if you want to pick up my first comic, Esteem No Good Deed, you can find that comic on Kindle for 99 cents on Amazon.com, along with the other books in the SJS Direct universe, like the ISIS series, the Esteem series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, and novels like Eternal Night and the Thetas. You can find all of those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like the iBookstore, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and other online booksellers like Walmart. And if you want to see me be able to do more comic review videos of great comics like Black Coffins, you can put in a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App, and that'll enable me to have the money to go out here and support great publishers like No Sleep Entertainment, and be able to continue putting in pledges on their fantastic books like Black Coffins. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Esteem Horror of a Hyena Woman. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a wicked werewolf in this action-packed all-new Esteem series adventure. Get Esteem Horror of a Hyena Woman in paperback and e-readers today.